Sorry.
Raphael.
I mean, honestly.
We can do this.
Come on, Raphael. Keep it down.
This is so neat. They've just got this little, like, Zelda orchestra thing that's in the news section. Anyway. Hi, let's be double back here with Fire Emblem Three Houses, our Verdant Wind Assassins only run. It is almost time to launch our assault on Fort Mercius, but as you likely remember, we have a pretty hefty mountain of supports to get through first, and I think it'll be enough that we'll be splitting it into 2 episodes. So a 2-parter support theater back-to-back, which is maybe the first time we've ever done that? No, we did that actually kind of recently, didn't we? Anyway, last 2 episodes were just a big old lengthy paralogs. I found Legend of the Lake a lot more fun than the other one we did, which I already forget the name of. Foreign Land and Sky. So let's just watch some supports. I remember to turn off the clicking before it was too late this time. Normal. Oh, I thought this was the difficulty setting for a minute. I was like, since when did I put it back to normal? How long have I been on normal mode? Let's kick things off strong with Lawrence of Sylvain to be.
I just wanted to say that I've been watching, and I'm really impressed by how hard you work. Very dedicated for someone so young.
Oh, thank you.
I really admire your everything. But you know, everybody needs to relax now and then. I was wondering if maybe you and me could...
I'm quite busy. I should get going. Bye.
At least that was a sweet way to reject someone.
Lawrence, ever since you started hanging around, I've had no luck. Usually, if I show a girl I'm mature, noble, and interested, she's an easy catch.
And yet somehow the only thing they're getting from you is noble.
Your logic is sound, I will admit, but your results are less than entirely convincing. Honestly, all this talk of maturity and experience from a shallow person like you is rather laughable.
And before we continue into this charade, can we discuss what a dramatically bad pickup line I really admire your everything is?
Shallow? What? Like your nobleness as some properly cultured man of the world?
I don't happen to believe that pickup lines are especially consistent in their outcomes myself. No shade to those who use them, but I feel like even those who use them have to agree this is a bad one.
Naturally, my bearing is as elegant and refined as silk. Observe.
Oh, please.
You
Go
seem
ahead.
to be deep in thought. Is there something on your mind?
Yeah, I don't have loads and loads of relationship experience, and I don't make a point of trying to enter relationships with random people off the street. That said, even I know if someone is deep in thought, interrupting them is not a good way to get into their good graces.
Please, allow me to lend you
Please.
my ear. I will gladly shoulder any of your burdens.
Oh, thank you. But it's not something I really want to talk about.
So harsh. Even the slightest worry, I would have been happy to listen.
Why, yes. Your silky bearing was quite impressive. You're always going on about nobility, but that's no way to win a woman. Your problem, and I may have told you this before, at least twice, your problem is you're pretentious.
That's rich coming from you. Your bearing is so flippant that you utterly fail to gain a lady's trust. How can you not see that?
All I'm failing to see is you getting a girl's attention.
How dare you?
Lads.
Listen, I'm sorry. That was mean. And you're probably right about me not being serious enough.
I will concede. I feel the same. Enough at least to keep your advice at the back of my mind. I was a touch too stubborn.
It's the same in battle, isn't it? If you don't bend a little, you fail.
Even so,
Yeah, with that being said,
I will outclass you, Sylvain.
bring it on, Lawrence.
You tried. You know, you two, you tried. B for effort. That was fun. I appreciate that the two who rejected them this time were pretty chill about it. As much as fun as it was to see them absolutely like shoot them down in the sea support, there's something even funnier about like them being like, all right, we gotta up our ante, let's try even harder, and then just gonna be like, nah, no thanks. Just like a super mild response. Alois and Petra! Oh yeah, he's jokes and stuff, right?
Who goes there? Oh, Petra, it's you. You appeared out of nowhere.
Recently had this one in French support, so that's why it's fresh in my mind.
To be asking you.
Sure, I don't mind. I'll answer your question.
You are always surrounded by people. When you speak, they smile. I feel envy. I want to know the secret to having a happy conversation.
You need a lesson on breaking the ice. That's a slippery subject, but I bet we can crack it.
That's pretty good.
Now, let's see. Well, the crucial thing is to start conversations. Be proactive about saying hello. Ask questions. Also, it might help to stop sneaking up on people.
Start conversations. Stop sneaking. I am understanding. Is there more?
Well, you can always try throwing in a joke to lighten the mood. The trick is to keep trying so you get practice. Put your best foot forward. And try not to put it in your mouth.
What are you saying? Why are you laughing?
Oh, I just made a little joke.
A joke? Can you give me more explanation?
Put your best foot forward. That's an expression people say that means try as hard as you can. And putting your foot in your mouth doesn't really mean what it sounds like. When you put your foot in your mouth, you are saying something rude without meaning to. And so, what am I going on about? There's nothing worse than trying to explain a joke. Petra, you've gone awfully quiet. I suppose you've lost faith in me as a conversation tutor.
You are playing with your words. We do such things in Brigid, too. In Fodlan, you have a strange way of playing with a word's meaning. I am admiring of it.
You admire me? Oh, Petra, no need to say kind things out of pity. You didn't hurt my feelings.
Am I hurting them?
If you were sincerely complimenting me, then no. To think, you just started learning how to chit-chat, and you've already got a silver tongue. You really put your money where your mouth is.
More laughing. This must be a complex technique for word playing.
It's funny because I worry that she's gonna get the idea that laughing at your own jokes is something. Well, I do it a lot, but I fear Alois may not be the best sort of indicator for what a typical social interaction looks like over here or anywhere.
Hey, Sedith, I've been meaning to ask you, what is your relationship with Lady Rhea?
Oh, interesting.
That is certainly an abrupt question.
No joke. Last time there was when Sedith tried to admonish her for being so reckless, and she was just like, "Oh yeah, remember that time Lady Rhea was picking me up and stroking my hair and stuff? That was cool. I should get hurt again."
You're much closer to her than anyone else in the entire church. Certainly,
Except
you're
Flame,
a
I
good,
guess.
upstanding person, but I can't help but feel there's something more to it.
Supporting the Archbishop is my sole professional interest. Personally, I consider her to be something akin to a companion.
So it's not just a professional
A
interest.
companion?
Yes, as in a traveling companion. Friends who walk the same path toward the same destination.
Companion, huh? A companion. I guess that does sound about right, now that you say it. Though, I'll confess to being quite jealous. Not many people can call themselves companions of Lady Rhea.
I do not know how she feels about it.
Oh, come on. You must trust that she feels the same about you.
There is no need for that sort of
Nah.
trust. My duties are the same regardless of
Hard,
her perspective.
hard to tell with her, I would say.
I consider you to be a companion also.
A companion in fighting for the Archbishop.
Certainly. Our goals are firmly aligned when it comes to that, are they not?
You're right. They are. I suppose you and I could be considered companions in that sense.
I am pleased to hear my sentiment reciprocated. I rely on you a great deal, after
Superb communication.
all. More than most.
Whoa there, what's all this now? Flattery won't win you any prizes with me, Sedith.
I do not flatter. I merely want you to understand why it matters to me that you be more cautious in battle. As your companion,
That's
it
sweet.
is my wish for you to be safe.
Oh, good, we're back in familiar territory, with you admonishing me. Don't worry, I'll be careful. I'll always try to live up to your expectations. So don't expect too much or you'll wear me out.
That was nice. I really have to wonder where that ace sport goes. If they're gonna sort of set aside the Lady Rhea connection there and just hone in on that We're Companions connection, or if they're gonna find a way to work Lady Rhea into it. But a very sweet one. Manuela and Lawrence to be. Last time she stole his poetry.
Is that Professor Manuela? Her voice is every bit as fine as you might expect from the former leader of the Middle Frank troop. Oh, if it
Why
weren't
are
for
you
her
up on the
drinking
third floor?
and her woefully inadequate manners, she would fit right in with high society. Wait a minute.
As my mind clings to desperate thoughts, here it comes, Horsebow, moon, and summer's end.
That's my... Oh no. No, no, no!
Oh, Lawrence! I heard you shout. Are you okay?
Yeah, of course you heard him shout.
My poem! Forget it, I said! I asked you for one thing!
And I told you it would be impossible
Oh,
for me to
Manuela,
forget.
bad look.
Certainly, I understand. But setting it to music, and now singing it?
From the Archbishop's point on the 3rd floor.
Yes. It makes for a beautiful song, doesn't
Oh,
it?
no.
I'm feeling so lonely and blue. My dearest has left. He has gone far away. And I'm here, all alone.
Lost in thoughts?
And in my sadness, your poem, well, it became a song for me to sing. It brought me a moment of happiness.
I do not know who spurned you, but I assure you my poem has nothing to do with any such feelings.
Well, that's the thing, Lawrence. Art can be interpreted in one of many ways, but I still think you're probably in the right to be upset at Manuela for just kind of up and singing it for everyone.
It is getting late. We should both turn in. I will take my leave now.
Oh, I understand. You're leaving me too. Why? Am I too old to matter?
I'm afraid you've misread this somewhat.
No, I never said any such thing. Why, I am sure there are plenty of men who would prefer a mature woman such as yourself.
It's a
Mature, he
topic
says.
for another day,
knew it.
I think.
You're all the same, you know. No one sees the person behind the voice. They just see me older today than yesterday. They say, oh, look what happened to her. Nobody sees my frustration, my resignation to be forever alone. But you do. It's all right there in your poem.
Please, I assure you, my poem was not about that at all. It was actually about the ideal of nobility. The sentiment is that someday I know I will get what I want. There is no resignation in it, as you seem to be suggesting.
Lawrence, I was sure the poem was more about someone lamenting their frailty and the loneliness of time's passing. But that's not it at all, is it? This is the story of someone impatient to get ahead, who is afraid they'll never make it.
Thanks for looking at me when you said
The
that.
speaker in the poem does lament his shortcomings. The road to reach his ideal is long. It is a trial, a test. If he can just find his way through it, he knows he can move forward. So I think you should try to move forward too. Because with a voice as talented as yours, how could you possibly fail?
Lawrence, someday you should let me sing this song in public. I think people who are battling through their own trials, they might find comfort in this. And I believe I'm the only one who can do your work justice.
Very well. You have my assent. On the condition that you do not attach my name to it. Now, permit me to retire for the night. I require ample rest to maintain an adequate level of polish, you know. I suppose, if my poem must be set to music, then it had best be done by such a talented singer.
Very interesting and still very weird. I think I was pretty wrong about my guesses about where that was going in support level C. I thought she was messing with him, to be honest. But like she was rather than just kind of feeling bad about him apparently being sad, she was sympathizing with his work legitimately and took a genuine and true interest in it, being that she is a singer and has a passion for the arts in that vein. And I very much like that he was like, no, that's not what it's about. And she was like, yeah, but it still helped me because it felt like that's what it was about, and everyone will interpret it differently. That's neat. That's real neat. Iggy and Cyril to be.
Hey, Ignat. What you doing?
Cyril, hello. I was just looking outside. Are you off to work right now?
I'm gonna get a bucket and get rid of that big puddle everybody keeps walking around.
Oh, you're getting rid of the puddle over there? That's a shame.
Huh?
I've quite enjoyed looking at the puddle. But
And its
pay me no
reflection
mind.
of the sky, I
Work
assume.
needs doing. I know.
Huh? What's so nice about it?
Well, look at it. With the addition of the puddle, the whole landscape has changed dramatically.
It's like adding a mirror to a house. It looks bigger.
Plus, it's perfectly unique. No two puddles are alike. Light will never again hit the water in quite that way. This whole landscape is unique, in fact. Here, now, for us to enjoy. It didn't exist a moment ago, and it won't exist in a moment.
I guess you're right, huh? Weird. I never thought about the rain that way. How it makes the world look different, and how that's kind of special, I mean.
Your mood just brightened, Cyril.
and that made the world a little brighter, didn't it? And that's the other thing about looking at a landscape. The view is affected by the viewer's feelings.
Huh. Maybe you're right. When I remember it, I think Elmira was a real dull and lonely place. Once you're out of the city, there's nothing but the plains and sky, and they stretch on forever. You can lose yourself out there. That's the kind of place it is. It's strange. When I remember it now, even though it's lonely, it also seems real pretty too.
Maybe the image in your memories is affected by your emotional state. Anyway, it sounds fascinating. Endless plains, boundless sky. That's Elmira, huh? The thought of it makes my pulse quicken.
You're a big weirdo, Ignatz.
Am I? I suppose I am.
Sitting around, talking about how pretty puddles are?
Well, when you put it like that. Still, I'd love to see Elmira someday. Cyril, after the war, would you go there with me? We can make some memories of your homeland that aren't all dull and lonely.
I don't know. Maybe, but yeah, I'll think about it.
That's real cute. I'm furious it doesn't go to A. How dare they? But also, it was interesting, you know, from a relationship building standpoint, that the whole thing in C was that Ignatz was like prying to ask him about stuff in a way that was kind of overbearing. Whereas here, he actually got, you know, to know what he was hoping to learn about just by bonding with Cyril over something else. His thoughts weren't even on trying to get that information, because he was kind of asking, was he just asking about the landscape earlier? And because he was like, oh, I'm interested in what kind of place it was in their sea support and everything. But by actually being honest with him and not trying to like get something out of him, they got to be friendos, and now he got to learn what he was hoping for. That's very, very sweet. Ferdinand and Lawrence, why not?
That reminds me, Ferdinand. I wonder if a certain rumor has already reached your ears.
I suspect I know what you are referring to. A certain noble who caused a stir at one of the local taverns, correct?
Oh boy.
For someone of status to make such a scene. What a disgrace.
Oh, I thought they were implying it was one of these two, but...
I thought just the same. A
No,
noble
they're
ought to hold himself to a
sassing
higher
Sylvain or
standard.
someone.
It is hardly appropriate to drink and mingle with a tavern full of commoners.
Oh, that is not quite what I meant. I do not object to a noble patronizing their local establishments. In fact, I would say such excursions have value.
Is that so? I would be very curious to hear what value you mean exactly. But allow me first to venture a guess. Is it that you suppose it is proper for a noble to bolster a town's wealth with his patronage?
I don't think that's where he's going for it. I'm sure Ferdinand's going to say something like, it's important for the commoners to be able to view the nobility as living, breathing beings.
If that is your thinking, then I would counter that whatever one adds to a merchant's coffers seldom makes it to the pockets of the townsfolk. I think that if a noble wishes to use his resources to ease the burdens of the commoners, he ought to go about town and spend it more directly.
That is wonderfully insightful, Lawrence. Albeit not what I had in mind. What I meant was this. We can benefit from crossing the threshold and learning more about regular folk.
That was like a quarter,
We
right?
scarcely understand the reality of their lives. In turn, they do not know about us. I have heard that some believe we have horns growing from our heads.
All right, closer to half,
It
right.
is an embarrassing and potentially perilous state of affairs.
You are quite right. In fact, that reminds me of something a boy once said to me when I visited a village on my family's territory.
Oh no.
He actually asked me if I had a tail. Hilarious.
We all need a laugh now and then. As a man of status, I feel it is my calling to right the world's wrongs. But there is only so much I can do alone. Working in tandem, though, you and I could make tremendous accomplishments.
My sentiments exactly. Together we could achieve a great deal. Though the circumstances of birth may have placed one of us in the Empire and the other in the Alliance, we can still aim for a brighter future together.
As a matter of fact, that would be good. Strengthen ties between the lands, although I guess the Empire is kind of going down as we speak.
Precisely. Together, there is nothing that we cannot accomplish. By the way, Lawrence, do you have a tail?
Oh, Ferdinand, you rivet me with your jest. Caspar and Hilda to be.
There they go, starting another fight.
Oh, we just had
Just
a
gonna
Ben Diskin
march
one.
over and... Wait, no. I have to restrain myself.
I can't do it! Harry! You! Stop right there!
Poor Caspar. He can't stop himself. He does look quite heroic, though, and seems to be having a good time.
Till he comes back with another black eye.
That takes care of that. Oh. Oh, no. Were you watching just now?
Who? Me? Watching what?
The fight that just happened? The fight that I definitely didn't start. I've been trying to restrain myself like you said, and I've been so good about it too. But they pulled me in. I tried to keep back, but... Okay, you got me. I can't restrain myself. I just don't have it in me. But the bad guys were dealt with, so it turned out fine, right?
Yes, completely fine. If that's what you want to do, who am I to complain?
Really? You're not gonna tell me how disappointed you are and that I need to be better? I figured you'd be mad, but you're actually smiling.
No use in getting mad. In fact, I found the whole spectacle very entertaining.
If I'm honest, so did I.
You seem to be enjoying yourself.
I was. I mean, sometimes I just can't help myself and I gotta get out there. Wait a minute. So you were watching? Why didn't you try and stop me?
Me? Stop you? As if I would never voluntarily go to so much trouble. Besides, you were fighting with so much passion. Couldn't help but feel smitten.
Smitten? Wow. You must really love a good fight. Admit, that one was pretty good. I guess I love fighting too.
Man, Banditskin is so good with these little like one-word exclamations and stuff. Actually, it's quite fun to have a Lawrence and Caspar one back to back, so you can see him playing both of them. But like when he was Lawrence, he was, "Oh no, 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 no," or just then when he went smitten, like he does like little like short 2 or 3, 1 to 3 word exclamations so well as these characters. It's so funny. And there's another one with Caspar and Dorothea, which I guess we won't get to see for some time, where she for some reason is asking him to come to her room to like help with some chore, but he misunderstands, and he's like, "Your room? Okay." And gets me every time, man. It's too funny. Marianne and Linhart to be.
These ones look good. I probably shouldn't pick them, though.
Ah, Marianne. Harvesting the crops?
See the way the camera like bounced as he came in?
Yes,
Frame?
Linhart. I found which vegetables are ripe and ready, but would you mind picking them for me?
See, you've mistaken me for someone who sticks his hands in the dirt.
She's worried about her misfortune,
I'm
though.
just afraid that if I touch them, well...
Oh, I see. You're afraid everyone who eats them will suffer bad luck.
Yes, it's true. I wouldn't want anyone else to suffer because of me.
Marianne, that's simply not the way the world works. You see... Oh, forget it. Tell me which ones to pick.
He's just realized that explaining it to her will be like leagues more effort than just picking them.
Thank you so much, Linhart.
Happy to help, but I'm beat. You'll have to carry them yourself, so take them straight in, okay?
Okay.
Oh, actually, before I go, do you mind if I ask you a question? I've been thinking, isn't it more the case your crest brings happiness rather than bad luck?
Happiness? I don't understand.
Right there with you. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Yes, happiness. Because crest is so
Oh, it brings
rare.
him happiness,
It
I see.
excites my mind, and, well, if not for your crest, we might never have met. And I feel that would be a tremendous loss.
Oh, that's sweet.
Backbreaking as it was, I enjoyed today. I'm quite happy right now, and it's due entirely to your crest.
I'm not sure I agree about that.
I suppose so when you put it that way, but
It's a huge breakthrough to know that your crest causes happiness instead of bad luck. I'd love to study it thoroughly, but only if you'd agree. Really, I just want to find a way for your crest to bring you happiness too.
I'm sorry, but I can't. I have to decline.
I understand. May I ask one more thing, though? Would you please hand me one of those vegetables?
I don't think that's a good idea, but if you insist.
Thank you, Marianne.
It's a worthwhile experiment.
I think this looks like a very lucky vegetable.
He's gonna eat it and then go win the lottery. Just to prove her right. Or prove her wrong. Prove him right, himself right. Ignatz and Shamir to see. I'm very interested in this.
Whew. Today's training was murder. Ah, Shamir, I have a question for you. Shamir? Oh, I suppose she's meditating or something. never mind then, I guess.
Where are you going?
Shamir!
Don't you have a question?
No, it's not important.
I do not know.
You finished meditating. Speak.
Oh, we're meditating.
No, it's not. You're probably tired anyway.
Always to speak and ask questions. Understood?
Yes, understood. I'll remember that for next time.
For next time?
Yes, I'm okay for today. Sorry to disturb you. I'll be leaving now.
Why must he be so difficult?
Is that actually it? Oh, that's awesome. And what a perfect one to end on. What I was just saying about Ben Diskin, I mean, Christian Lamont has some amazing little yelps as Ignatz. He brings this character to so many different places. It's so much fun. If you can't handle him at his, I wasn't about to let you go, you don't deserve him at his, wah! He's got like a Hank Hill scream, just like my Xenoblade X character. But that is all for this Support Theater episode. Now we are going to split it off just so's that we does not have like a super hour-long one that is a super hour long. I think I've done about half of them there, so it should be the next episode is about the same length. And the next video on the channel is going to be some more Kid Icarus Uprising, where we're headed on to Chapter 12, Wrath of the Reset Bomb, which we sort of, the last chapter we did is intrinsically linked to this one, shall we say. And next time here will be another Support Theater, so thank you so very much for coming around. This one was a huge ton of fun. Admiral's going to be out of here now. Hopefully I'll see you around. Peace! See that? No tricks or gimmicks. A very sharp sword indeed. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take this sword and... Presto Soro! There, I've switched it. And now...